dog is here to join again. Do you know what I'm filming? Is that why you always come? And can I play with you later when you film? Okay, we can play later, okay? We'll play later. Oh, that's mine! No, that's mine! He's gonna bite my real Akuma. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Liz, and today I want to talk to you guys about how I lost weight by eating more. And I know, like, what? You ate more? Why did I say it like that? But yes, I ate more. I was not in a calorie deficit. I was not restricting myself. I was not doing any of that. Like, I was just eating more and I lost weight. I do want to clarify that this is my personal experience. It may be very different for you and everyone else, but I do know that what I'm going to tell you today will definitely help you and you can learn from my past mistakes. I personally have learned so much in my food journey and I just want to share with you guys what I've learned and hopefully it can help you out too. I'm going to talk to you guys about the before, the during, and the after, along with the changes I made in my eating habits and my mindset. It was quite a journey, so I have a lot of goodies in store for you. So without further ado, let's just dive right into the before. So it wasn't until the end of high school to the beginning of college when I began to pay more attention, or in other words, more self-conscious about the way I looked and how much I weighed. And this is when my eating habits started to spiral down. I began to notice that I was unpleasant to the eye, that I weighed too much, that I had too much body fat. I was just constantly picking at my own appearance, and from that I developed a very unhealthy relationship with food. So I would restrict myself to the point where I was starving. I would try to count calories and make sure I didn't pass this certain number, which, by the way, counting calories never lasted for like 3 days for me. It just does not work for me and I would never do it. But yes, I was doing all of this, trying to restrict myself, trying to eat less because I wanted to look better. And because I was restricting myself, I would eventually break and end up consuming a huge amount of food because I was just starving and depriving myself of food. Then I would feel so guilty for eating too much food. I would restrict myself again and the cycle repeats itself again and again and again. It was endless. I don't even understand how I did it for so long. I'm so tired just like thinking about it. So yeah, my relationship with food was terrible, and on top of that I was being so mean to myself for not looking a certain way. I would say things to myself like, if you didn't have a lower belly pooch, you would be prettier and you can wear a bikini, or that people don't find you attractive because you're not skinny enough. I would even tell myself that if you reach this certain weight, then you're not a failure and you are worthy of being accepted by others. Saying these words out loud made me realize how horrible it is to say these words to anyone. What was I doing? Oh my gosh. But yeah, like, those are the things I would tell myself, and many other horrible things too that was just so mean, and damn, don't do that. I know I'm putting myself on the spot right now, but I just want to be completely honest with you guys. Also keep in mind that it doesn't matter what a person looks like. If they are unhappy with the way they look and how they feel, that is enough for them to have these difficult feelings. That is valid. You don't have to look a certain way to not like the way you look. It's all about how you feel. So whatever you're feeling right now, it's valid. That is enough for you to have these feelings, and I am here for you. And I hope this video will help you with that. And really quickly, before we get into the during segment, I want to briefly go over what and how I was eating. So I was eating the right foods, but not enough of it. Like, barely enough. I would eat less during my main meals like breakfast, lunch, and dinner because I thought restricting myself by eating less would help me lose weight. But because I was restricting myself so much, I would get hungry very quickly. I remember I would try to fight the hunger, and when I couldn't anymore, I would opt for snacks. And this is probably the biggest mistake I made. I would snack on processed food, healthy or not. I would snack on fruits. I would just snack on random things that were around the house that weren't really the best food to choose from. So before, my diet consisted of 40% of the right foods, aka my wholesome foods, my main meals, foods that are actually nutritious for me, and the other 60% were snacks, processed food, sweets, refined sugar, all of that weren't the best choice for me. That's definitely not a good balance, and I struggled with it. I seriously thought that eating less during my main meals would help me lose weight because that was portion control. I was so blinded by the idea of that I didn't even realize how terrible my eating habits were. And if this sounds all too familiar, then you're not alone, and this is a good sign because I am about to tell you guys how everything changed for the better. So just about a year ago, I was done. I was over it. I hated my relationship with my body and food. I was just so mentally drained, so I decided I need to make a change. I can't even pinpoint what suddenly inspired me to change. I guess it was the fact that I was just so over it, like so over it, and that was enough for me to just change everything. I became this new person, and she just wanted to mend her relationship with her body and food. I told myself, okay, what you're doing right now is not working, and you can't change without changing. So what do you need to change? And let me tell you what I did to change, because it can change you too. I changed my eating habits. I changed what I ate. I changed how much I ate. And I also changed how I spoke to myself and my reason for why I am doing this. Wanting to change my body because I hated her was not it. I wanted to change because I wanted to love myself. I ate more of the right foods in the right amount. I also limited my intake on processed food and refined sugar just because there are so many better alternatives out there, but I didn't even restrict myself from those type of food either. So now my new and improved diet consisted of 80% of wholesome and nutritious foods, and the other 20% is processed foods, sweets, refined sugar, just foods that I don't usually have in my diet and foods that I don't typically reach for. But notice how I didn't cut out any food groups. I still ate everything. It's all about balance. And what I do to maintain my figure video, which you should definitely check out after this one. These two videos go hand in hand, and I share 6 very valuable and sustainable tips that you need to hear. I talk about finding balance. As I developed this new eating habit of mine, I practice balance by not restricting myself from anything. I let myself enjoy the foods that I wanted without feeling food guilt. I was eating a lot more than I was before, yet I was losing body fat and gaining muscle because I was feeding my body with the right foods. No more restricting, just good eating and good treating. The numbers just didn't matter to me anymore. I stopped caring about what others expected from me, and I stopped trying to look a certain way. Instead, I focused on fueling my body with nutrients. I paid more attention to my body's response, and I only cared about how I felt. And as a result, this is what happened. So finally, now, currently, I have a great relationship with my body and food. Because I changed the way I ate and changed the way I spoke to myself, I changed drastically. I don't get insane hunger cravings anymore. I don't feel guilty. I am toner. I'm leaner. I'm stronger. I look good and I am eating good. Not only do I look different in my physical appearance, I also feel different. I've never been happier and so sure of myself. Treating myself with food, compassion, and kindness healed me. I was no longer that girl who was her own biggest bully. I'm now that girl who's her own best friend, and I wouldn't have it any other way. By eating more, I learned to love myself, and most importantly, I learned that food isn't for how you look. It is for how you feel. The way you feel is the most important of all. And as you focus on what goes into your mouth, you also need to focus on what comes out. Your mouth is meant for you to say nice things to yourself. Feed yourself with yummy foods and words of positivity, and get full of encouragement and belief. Your happiness is number one, and food makes us happy, so eat it. That was aggressive. My assignment for you today is go eat food and not feel guilty about it, because you shouldn't, because food is food and it's just food and you freaking deserve it. Goodbye. In all seriousness though, what I shared today with you was a very small but monumental piece of my fitness journey, and I can't wait to share more with you guys. I hope this video helped you in some way and helped you realize how important it is to eat food and how it can definitely help you lose weight. But most importantly, to help you just feel better about yourself and to just be happy. Also, thank you for 30k subscribers. That's crazy, like how people want to watch my videos, and it makes me so happy. So thank you for that. I love you guys very much, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.